It is going to be quite an interesting conversation we have on SME this morning. AGOR Homes, 8 years ago, the idea was birthed from the thirst of bringing what she experienced living in the United States, a space where all furniture pieces can be accessed and purchased for homes, offices, and other spaces. And we are here to talk about her experiences. Omobowale Odunlana. Yes. I pronounced that quite well. It is great to have you. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. AGOR Homes, it's been 8 years. Okay, let's talk about the journey from inception. How has it been?
Okay, it's not been a very easy journey, but it's been a very interesting one. I have a degree in accounting and a master's degree in finance. And so to be able to transition from that space to furniture, it's actually a very different, I mean, totally different from my background.
It is.
And interestingly enough, because I moved back to Nigeria, I wanted to be able to contribute something. I know it almost sounds cliche, but it is.
It doesn't, though. There's some people that
I know. They've gone. I agree with you.
It's no longer cliche.
I hear you. And it's been 9 years, actually. And what we were able to do was everything I learned about furniture, I learned online by myself. And it was quite challenging. I had to take a whole year to know what niche, where in the furniture industry do I want to start from? What is going on in Nigeria? How can I contribute? What can I do? Can I come up with a scalable business? And so that was where the idea started from. Yeah, so we now decided, okay, if I'm going to go into furniture, like I said, what exactly in furniture do I want to start with? So I started with doors. So we started with manufacturing of doors, and we found out that there is a huge space that Nigeria needs doors. A lot of the doors we have in Nigeria, as well as a lot of other furniture, are imported. So we thought if we get into that space, we can create jobs, we can contribute to the GDP.
Those you started with, were they processed from local materials, or were they manufactured here?
All manufactured here. Everything we do are manufactured here. As you know, some parts of the furniture pieces are imported.
Okay.
So, for example, we have fireproof doors, which we have started working on. And as a matter of fact, we're getting certifications on that. So, for example, all the wooden part of it is here. But when you talk about the magnesium oxide part of it, which is what makes the doors fireproof, those are imported. The laminates are imported. But the ability to be able to put those together here in Nigeria.
Assembled here.
Assembled here. I mean, pretty much manufactured here. That's what I'd like to say, because they come in regular sheets, and you have to, cut them, press them. Ensure that they are made to specification and all of that. So,
and then from doors, you moved up into full, not just furniture, but homes, as it were.
Yes.
So when you say homes now, do you get homes that are, do you maybe decorate living spaces, or you do it from scratch? Does it involve real estate in some ways and all of that? Can you?
Absolutely. I mean, our clientele is quite wide, and that's a good thing. We have both individual and corporate. Okay. And under corporate, I'll say interior design firms, construction companies. Okay. We work with all those companies. And the great thing with construction is that the real estate industry is booming. I mean, I understand it's downturn in the economy, but that's one industry that is just going...
That's just going up and up.
It's just going up and up. Wow. And so that automatically gives space for furniture industries. I mean, because without furniture, there is no real estate. There is no door, no kitchens, no wardrobes and all of that. It's almost incomplete. So what we...
But it's a capital intensive industry.
It is. When we started, I mean, they say start small, but I like to define small. Okay. If you're going to start small, you can't start too small because then it takes you a longer time to make impact. So, yes, so it's a capital intensive industry. The cost of the machinery is to be able to get the kind of finish and aesthetics and quality that you need. Yes, it's expensive.
What challenges have you been able to overcome doing business for almost 8-9 years, especially in climes like this in Nigeria? What sort of challenges have you encountered and overcome?
Oh, encountered. Okay, so I think one of the challenges is being a woman in the industry. I know.
That industry also?
Yes. Oh, that happens in every industry. I mean, but I would tell you two parts of it. Being a woman in the industry, I've been to a place where it was a big project, and the moment the MD of the company saw me, she said, "You cannot be the MD of the company." in those exact words. Yes. And, I had to, my husband is the chairman of a company. I had to take him the next day. And I was like, you know what? Go talk to this man one-on-one. Have a conversation with him. When we got to the meeting, he said absolutely nothing. All I did was introduce him. This is the chairman of our company. And on that day, we got the job. Yes. When I walked out of the space, my husband said, I am so sorry. I don't believe this is what you have to go through.
Oh.
But let me also blow your mind. I have also gotten some fantastic projects and some fantastic jobs because I'm a woman. Yes, and that's another thing that I like people to see. I know we promote the not so good part of it, but there's also the great part of it. So once you go for some meetings, they hear how technical you are. They know you know your business. They give you a trial. You're able to do it. And then you're blowing their mind because they don't understand how a woman who is from a totally different background is able to accomplish these things. And so the interest grows.
Interesting.
Yes. So as long as you continue to push limits, whether you're a man or a woman in any industry, you will excel.
What business lessons have you learned doing business so far that people in not just this industry, but maybe any other industry can take as a tip from you? What business lessons?
I think that one of the major things about business is your mindset. I am very big on mindset. Listen, there are two types of industry. Industry within, two types of economy rather. There's an economy within, there's an economy without. Now, if you're running a business in Nigeria, for example, the economy is not looking good. You can have 1,000 reasons as to why you think you will not succeed. But I can tell you that if you look well, you can also find 1,000 reasons why you will succeed. So the the economy within is the only one you can control.
You can control.
So if you're able to control that and keep yourself in a positive state, regardless of the challenges. I lived in the United States, and for a couple of years, I worked with the Bank of America. I dealt with a lot of companies, because we're doing lending, I dealt with a lot of companies who after 20 years came crashing down because of the downturn in the economy. So everybody goes through that. I mean, Nigeria might be a little bit excessive, God help us, but I believe that even in this space, we can thrive. And we don't have to be in politics to make a difference. I believe that in business, what we need in Nigeria is growth entrepreneur. You want to be able to grow. You want to be able to start a business that can grow, a scalable business, so that you can contribute to the GDP. You can make a difference. Furniture industry is a $5 billion industry as of today. A couple of years ago, we were talking in the
globally?
Media. No, just Nigeria.
Just in Nigeria.
Oh, globally, it's about $640 billion. Yeah, but Nigeria, we are 5 billion. And what that tells you is that a couple of years ago, maybe in 2009, maybe we're in the millions. And despite this crazy economy, we're growing because now people need furniture. People need, whether it's because they now believe in made in Nigeria or because importation has gone crazy, whatever the reason is, people are coming back to buy made in Nigeria. And so there is opportunity here. If we can just look deep.
Wonderful. There's a word you've always used here when talking about business. You said scalable.
Yes.
How do you identify that a particular business part or a route is scalable and another one isn't? Are there any defining? How wide is the line? How thin is it? How can you identify a scalable business and one that isn't?
Okay, so one of the things that we have built over time, which we're grateful for, is to be able to delegate different parts of the business. So we have production department, we have customer service, we have different departments that do different things. So if you're running a scalable business, it means it's not a one-man business. It means I'm not the one taking the orders. I'm not the one doing the work. I'm not the one, doing every part of the business. When you have a growth mind, you need to understand that as the owner of a company, your job is not to work in the business, it's to work on the business. So you must have people that can work in your business and help you keep it running. Your job is to go out there and bring in the business. Wow. So that's where we are. And so for you to be able to, if you sit down and do your research and you're thinking of a project or an industry to go into, you have to look at how that industry can grow. It's all research. Like I said, I took off a whole year to be able to learn about furniture. Because again, finance background, I don't know anything about machineries. But I thought, okay, if I'm going to be in this business, what aspect can I start with? So if we start with doors, that gave us opportunity because a lot of Nigerians don't produce doors, and doors are expensive, and then there's some that are too cheap, and then they're just not meeting the goals. So if we come in that space, we're able to see how to, it's obvious that business can grow. I'm looking at the economy. I'm seeing how I can contribute. I'm looking beyond selling to the next person, next person. I'm looking to the possibility of exporting my product. So you have to have a broad mind, and you also need to understand that the opportunities that lie in the unknown, they're beyond human imagination. And for me, I hold on to that a lot. Just because I don't know does not mean that those opportunities are not there.
Don't exist.
Just need to find them.
Wow, this has been quite class. You've taken me to school, and I'm sure a lot of other people that have been able to pick up something from all the wisdom that you've dished out today.
Thank you.
All right, talking about dishing out, we have breakfast for you this morning. Hope you don't mind.
Not a problem at all.
All right, please join us.
Thank you.